Here's what I want to say. I truly love my wife. I am so glad that I married her. I'm so glad I chose her, and I'm so glad she chose me. I want to be very clear about that. I want to be very vocal about that. Here's why I'm making this video. You probably recently watched the video I did. It was a sponsored post to go for my blog post on familyfriendlydaddyblog.com for James Avery Jewelry. And so, you know, they sponsored us to go to the jewelry store, and we went there and we did the haul video where we showed what she got. So you can check that out and see my wife in that video if you haven't seen it yet. And when I was doing the video, I was thinking, are people gonna like hate this video because I'm not talking about what I normally talk about? But instead I got kind comments from people saying what a lovely person she was and what a lovely couple that we make. And I just wanted to say thank you for that, because as a YouTuber, I never know what's going to happen when I make a video. Whether I'm being silly, pretending like I don't know anything about Spain or Mexico, or whether I'm rehashing my DNA test results, or whether I'm talking about something completely different, like my journey as an overweight vegan and trying to get to the right BMI. I know that I talk about several different things, but I never know how it's going to be received from the audience. But when I saw positive comments coming in from the video, that basically it was just my wife. All I was really doing, I started the video, and then I kind of stood back and let her steal the show from there. And that was the whole point. I wanted you looking at her, not at me. But it's funny because I happened to see some of the thumbnails from that video, and I was thinking, man, I just look like some kind of oaf standing next to her. I should have just got out of the way and let you just see my wife as she was talking about the jewelry. But it's funny because I guess one of the compliments that men give each other is they'll say something like, wow, you married out of your league. She fell for you, and that's a way that men compliment each other about their own wife. And that's how I definitely feel about my wife. I definitely feel that I married out of my league, and I'm so glad. I mean, we've been married for 10 years as of this July, but I'm fortunate in knowing that I definitely made the right decision in who I married. And that can be a tricky thing because, I was 27 and she was 26 when we got married. We were 25 when we met and started dating a couple months later. And I didn't know anything in my 20s. I didn't really start to learn anything until like my mid 30s, which was only a couple of years ago. At the same time though, being married to her and of course having children with her put me in that situation where I could become more enlightened about life and how things actually work, and emotional intelligence, all that thing that I love to talk about, how you control your emotions. You don't have to let other people control your emotions and all that good stuff. But a lot of that was born out of being married to my wife, being committed to my wife, and being patient with her. She's been patient with me. And then having all the things in life that just changed, like me losing my job 100 days ago. Suddenly being thrown into being a stay-at-home dad after a decade of in HR, and I love it. I love being a stay-at-home dad. But at the same time, my wife, she drives an hour or more just to get to work and an hour more back. She's got a challenging job, a demanding job. And she's providing most of the income for our house. I'm providing some through these videos, which by the way, that's why I keep asking you, will you subscribe? Because if you do, I need 1,000 subscribers on this channel by February 20th. Otherwise, and this is a true story, Google it, YouTube is going to pull the plug on my income level. They're not gonna let me make any more money off of this channel if I don't have 1,000 subscribers. They figure I'm not worth paying if I can't have 1,000. I'm about halfway there. I'm near 500. But if you're even considering subscribing, I would really appreciate it. It actually truly will help our family. Me as the stay-at-home dad, I can actually continue making money. Otherwise, I will lose a decent amount of money every month if I don't have these 1,000 subscribers. That's true. I would definitely very much appreciate your help if you could do that for me. Going back to the point though, that's why it meant that much more to me to be involved in that James, that's the bag right here. the James Avery campaign that we did. And again, it's on my blog, familyfriendlydaddyblog.com. Or type my name, Nick Shell and James Avery. You'll see the blog post, you'll see all the pictures. And I think that's Dude, I'm inviting you to check out the blog post, and I guess I need to put the link in the description so you can just click on it. But part of the reason that story meant so much to me is because she sacrifices so much for our family to be the breadwinner, to go out and do the work and be stressed out in that way that I'm not stressed out. She does that every day. And yeah, I'm here to take care of the kids when they're sick, because for about 2 weeks straight, we had the 2 kids, both had the flu and colds and emergency room. That's also on the blog. Don't forget that this is a YouTube channel only to enhance an existing blog, Family Friendly Daddy Blog. I'm a daddy blogger. That's why I invented this YouTube channel. And it's easy to forget about that sometimes, but that's what it's all about. But in the blog post, you can just see how happy my wife is when she's at the jewelry store. You can see how grateful she is to be there. You know, because with my wife, she's very low maintenance. And when it comes to gifts, she's always like, don't spend money on me. Just give me a pair of pajamas from TJ Maxx and some red licorice and I'll be happy. That's all I really want. That's all I really want. Or she'll say, you know, we go on trips a lot with our family and spending time together is really what I want anyway. Which again is all featured on the blog. All of our road trips that we go on are featured there on my blog as well. And we get cars. Companies send us cars to go in, which is why I was talking about Mazda last week, because they sent us a car for her mother-in-law being in town. So isn't that weird to see me as a blogger instead of a YouTuber? To see this as an extension of a blog? That this is only to enhance and advertise what I'm already doing on my blog. So, but anyway, I was just so happy to see that my wife was happy. To do something so special for her and out of the ordinary. And when we got there, I said, take your time. We're not in a hurry. Get what you want. Take a look. Be sure of what you want. And so that haul video that we did, that's what the end results were. So why am I making this video? Ultimately, just to say, I'm very grateful for who I married. And I'm very grateful for the sacrifices she makes to our family. Now, what's funny is she doesn't watch my videos. She's never even going to know this video exists. It's our little secret. She'll never know this existed. But I still wanted to make that just to sort of brag on her behind her back. And just say that I made the right decision and I'm in choosing her over a decade ago. And I can't imagine what my life would have been like had I not had, I guess, the social skills to woo her over. Because that's what she said. She said, more than anything, what she was attracted to in me was my ability to carry on a conversation. Now, for me, I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful girl. And that's the first thing I saw. But for me, she thought I was an interesting guy. And so just by me talking my way, I convinced her ultimately that I was a guy worth marrying. Thanks for watching my channel.